Hey there, my name is Kelly Dale with Off the Beaded Path, and this is your Must Know Monday for Monday, June the 20th. For the next few weeks, it's going to be all about the fringe earrings, that is. This week, I'm going to show you a shorter fringe earring that are great for people who like shorter things. Next week, I'm going to extend that earring and show you how to make a longer version of it. And then the following week, we're going to be doing a fringe earring with a twist. So these are going to be really, really fun weeks. A lot of times, excuse me, in the summer, we get really hot wearing necklaces. So these fringe earrings are going to be great for the summer because they're really, number one, they're really lightweight. And number two is that you're going to get that fun movement with these earrings. But beader beware. Boop, 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 boop. Beader beware. Do not use your fireline or your wildfire or your fishing line for this project. Did you hear me? Are you paying attention? Do not use your fireline, your bead, anything like that, okay? If you use that product, what's going to happen is your earrings are going to be like stiff as a board. And you don't want that. You want these to be fun and free-flowing. So for this project, this is a must. You must use a Nymo thread or a 1G thread or something similar to this kind of thread. The reason that you need to use that is because it's going to be able to give you the ability to have the earring be flowy and wavy like it needs to be. So if you didn't pay attention, you're going to waste your time. Just FYI. So I'm going to start out on my needle with 2 yards of thread. It's going to take about 2 yards for each earring. I'm going to need a pair of silver ear hooks because I'm going to be doing some 4th of July colors since we have that Independence Day holiday coming up. So I'm using a size 11 white, red, and blue. So I'm going to get my area set up. These are the earrings I'm going to show you how to make today. We're going to be brick stitching a triangle here at the top, and then the rest will be very simple fringe. And as you can see, the pattern for the top is basically blue with a small triangle of white in the center. So to get started, we're going to start here with this first row of the brick stitch. This first row is done in ladder. So I'm going to pick up 2 beads, and these are my blue. I'm going to hold them into place, and I'm going to leave a long enough tail that I can stitch it back through when I finish. Go back up through the first bead again, and hold that bead in place, and go ahead and pull the thread, and then go down through the second bead. And again, keep your fingers on those beads. Okay, I'm going to hold on to those. I'm going to pick up 1 bead. I'm going to go back down through the bead that my thread is coming out of so that it makes a circle. And up through the bead I just added. Thread on 111 blue. I'm going to go back up through the bead that my thread is currently exiting, and then down through the bead that I just added. I'm going to continue in this method of ladder until I have 9 beads on the base row. And all you're doing is you're just making these circles and going down or up through the bead that you added. So far I've got 6. Okay, then this will be 7. 8. And 9. And this first row is kind of the hardest because you're having to hold them into place. Once you get this first row completed, it gets a lot easier. So there is my first row of ladder. Now we're going to be doing decreasing brick stitch. So I'm going to pick up 2 blues, and this is how every row will start from now on. You've got 2 beads. I'm going to skip the first thread bridge, and I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to go under the second thread bridge. Take the needle, go up through the bead right where your thread is exiting, and I'm going to hold that bead in place. Then we're going to go, because this first bead is going to sit wonky, we have to straighten it up. So we're going to go down through the first bead, and then back up through the second bead again. And again, we're holding those in place so that we get a nice tight stitch. And it's essential that you get your thread caught, just like I do. Now we're going to continue down the row, and at this point we just pick up 1 bead and go under the very next thread bridge. And again, it is essential to get knots. Got that knot out, and I pulled it on through, and now I'm going to go up through the bead that I just added. Pull that through, thread on 1-11-0, go under the next thread bridge, and then up through the bead that you just added, 1-11-0, under the next thread bridge. And I'm just going to continue down this row, going under picking up 1 bead, going under the thread bridge, and then going through the bead I just added. 2 rows complete now, and I'm ready to start the 3rd row. So again, every row that we start, we're going to be picking up 2 beads to start with, skip the first thread bridge, go under the second. I'm going up through the bead closest to where my thread is, and I'm going to put my finger on that so it doesn't pull up. And then we have to straighten up this first bead by going down through the first bead and then up through the second bead. This time I'm going to pick up 1 white. I'm going to go under the next thread bridge, and then up through the bead I just added. And I'm going to continue just threading on 1 bead and going under the next thread bridge. This is a lot like the bell that I did on the starfish that I did a few weeks ago. And I'm just going to continue. The next 2 beads on this row are going to be blue. And as you can see, we're going to continue. This is the row we're on right now. We're going to keep decreasing until we have 2 beads left on our row. So again, we're on this row here. You want to keep decreasing until you have only 2 beads on your row. Once you have your triangle complete and you only have 2 beads left at the top, you're ready to make your bell. So you want to pick up 6 11-0s, and these are going to be my blue. I'm coming out of the stack here on the left, and I'm going to come right down through the bead on the right, so that's going to make that little loop. You'll want to reinforce this loop a couple of times and then stitch down through, straight through this row, so that your thread is exiting out of this bead to the far right. Now while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and take a needle and thread it on this end here and stitch this thread through and take it away so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Now you've got the hard part of the earring complete, and you're ready to start working on the fringe. So as you can see, I alternated the colors, the red, the white, the red, the white, the red, the white, and so forth. So I started out with red, and it is 8 red. So this may change, but this bottom part is always going to be the same. And that is 4 blue, 1 white, and 3 blue. So I have 8 red, 4 blue, 1 white, and 3 blue. And you're going to let those drop down. You're going to skip all the blues except for that very first one, and you're going to go back up through the blue, through all the reds, and then through the 1 blue here on the base. Put your hand there and then pull that on through. And you take the needle and go down through the next bead on the base. And if you're a tight stitcher like I am, that can be kind of hard to do and get done. So each one, this one has 8, this one will have 12. Each row, until you get to the center row, which is this red row right here, is going to add 4 beads to each section. So we had 8, now we're going to have 12, then 16, 20, and 24. So this time we're going to do 12 white, 4 blue, 1 white, and 3 blue. Let those drop all the way down to the base. Skip all the blues except for the first one, and you're going to go up through that bead, through the whites, and then through the first blue bead right on that base row. Pull that on through, and then it's down through the next 11O blue. So as you can see, the fringe is very easy. We did 8, 12, so now you're going to do a red that has 16, a white that has 20, and then a red that has 24. Once you get to the center of your piece, which is this red one right here, you're going to do the same thing on this side. We're just going to reverse. So the next one you will have 20 whites, then the next one will have 16 reds, and then 12 whites, and then 8 reds. So the one in the center is the longest, and then on the other side we're just reversing what we did on this first side. Once you have the fringe complete, all you have to do is tie off the thread and attach your ear hook, and you have a short pair of fringe earrings. Now these earrings measure in width less than 1 inch, or I should say right at 1 inch, and then the length part is about at 2.5 inches. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these smaller fringe earrings. They're a lot of fun because you can really design them and do some alterations to them that can make them uniquely yours. Now I know the video went kind of fast today because it was just, to me, this is kind of basic brick stitch and fringe. We do have the pattern for sale on our website, which is off the beadedpathbeadstore.com, as well as kits available for this specific color. Now, if you purchase the pattern or you purchase the kit, it will come with a graph paper that I have personally made that you will be able to use again and again to actually go ahead and design your own color for these earrings. So be sure and come back next week when I'm going to show you how to make the longer version of these earrings. I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.